Good evening, BSTV fans, and welcome to your BSTV broadcast of the Next Level E-Series GT3 Championship. This week brought to you from the Nurburgring, from the Nordschleife 24-hour. It is the longest lap in the world ever, 1 million turns, two massively huge straights, and a 31-degree track. In the booth with me this evening is Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete. Good evening, everybody.
And doing all the technical stuff and hopefully contributing because it's his favouriteest track in the whole widest world is Sam Boozan.
Good evening, everybody.
And we have 22 cars for you this evening. They are currently in qualifying, and they are in single car qualifying. A bit different to normal. We will only ever see one car on the screen at one time. But they are competing against one another. Bill, Nordschleife and GT3 cars kind of made for one another. A marriage made in heaven. I know it's not your favourite track. It's certainly not my favourite track because I get lost around here and need an A to Z in order to find my way back to the beginning again. But these cars are very well suited to this type of terrain, aren't they?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. But of course, you're a very young man. I don't understand you getting lost. I mean, I have an excuse for it. I don't know one turn from the next here. It is certainly a very challenging place, and it's so easy to crash your car here. Really, very easy. But it ought to be interesting, even though we don't have a great mix of vehicles tonight. It'll be exciting. Be one big puff, or it'll go on for a while. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and 22 cars. I think the first lap's going to be very interesting, it has to be said. After that, it's going to be very easy for these cars to disappear off into the wilderness and be very split up, as we see Wobbly Knee Camp on the screen at the minute. He said he doesn't want to be on the screen, so that's just going to get him all the screen footage we can possibly manage to put on him.
Be careful what you wish for, Wobbly.
Yeah, so yes, these cars are very well suited to this particular format. We've got 2 races for you tonight. Heat 1 is 25 minutes and will probably be around about 4 laps. And Heat 2, or the main feature race, is 45 minutes. There's a 10-minute intermission in the and that's Oscar Pie needing to reset his vehicle. We're going to see a lot of this, I think. I can barely do a lap without crashing around here. I'm sure I heard the signal that Stacey has joined us in the booth. So hopefully when she takes she's unmuted herself now. So good evening, Stacey.
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
All the better for hearing your voice. We are at the Nordschleife. Is this a track that you know, either from watching it on TV or YouTube? Usually it's people crashing on the YouTube videos. That's what Bill gets addicted to. Do you know much about the Nordschleife?
The racetrack of death. That's what I like to call it, meaning you're not going to come home with your car in one piece. If you do, you're lucky.
No, generally you're carrying bits of it under your arms and somebody else is carrying the rest of it on the back of a low loader. This is known as the Green Hell for a reason. I think there are people who started off on a lap here possibly several years ago, and nobody's ever seen them since. They're still lost in the German wilderness, probably over the other side of a fence somewhere or something.
Probably.
Sam, have you ever driven the Nordschleife? You haven't, have you? Like, as a casual...
I would say 1,000 laps if it was a normal track, but probably hundreds.
Right, okay, yeah.
near the 1,000 though. Like I did a few 24 hours, only one finished, which tells you the difficulty of the track. And yeah, a few other ones, and a lot of practice because I just love the track. So that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it is an immense track, and practice, just like any other track, is what makes you good at these tracks and vehicles. And Stacey, I believe you had a go on the simulator today on iRacing.
I'm still suffering. I'm sat here, still holding my mouth the other occasion because I feel really sick.
Yeah, it's probably not the best thing to do to try iRacing in VR straight away.
Oh, you started with VR? Oh my god.
That's either brave or stupid, one of the two.
Well,
Yeah, that's Hurl City right there, Stacey. I hate to tell you.
well, to make it even worse, I actually went into one of the live practices with all the guys, and I took a few people out.
All right,
Were you in when I was in?
No, I went in
right.
after you'd gone in after you'd left.
But it still beat my time. My time was like an hour round Road Outland, so it was just such a slow lap for me. Honestly, I need to do something about that before tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, Wednesday. I've lost track of the days with it being a bank holiday in the UK.
That's a great road in Atlanta.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah,
it's wonderful.
Paul tried to take me out as well, but yeah, it didn't work. I managed to hold on to the car. So yeah, I've lost it a few times, but managed to hold on. But that really does make you feel sick. So guys, whoever uses VR, you're amazing.
Or stupid. One of the two. So you managed to hold on to the car, but not hold on to the contents of your stomach. That's good.
Exactly.
Stacey, just remember one thing. When people start getting into you, remember one word. Retaliate.
Yeah.
No, not really. I'm
Yeah, I took out Lee. He's told me that I've got to make him driver of the night, so just to make up for it.
Well, hopefully you crippled his car so that he wasn't 6/10 faster than everybody else. But back to these guys in Germany here, or simulated Germany. That man, Carlos Diaz, is top of the pile again. No surprises there. He's currently, he's parked up, I think. He's not going to go again.
That's a fast time here, I'll tell you.
He only went 1 second faster than that in his practice session, so I don't think he's going to show much better than that.
No.
Martin Statman, who is on screen at the minute, is second provisionally at the moment, but he's nearly 5 seconds slower, which sounds horrendous, doesn't it? But when you consider the mileage and the 6 million turns that are on the Nordschleife, it's not that surprising. In normal cars, you can lose a second in a corner sometimes, and multiply that by 163 corners or whatever it is around here, and you can see how you get such a big difference, Bill.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you mentioned, maybe one braking point missed, or miss your apex. I mean, that's a half a second right there. When you do it 100 times out there, I mean, God, you're going to be 10 minutes later than the other guy. So it is. You got to be very precise on this track. Try not to go off, because if you go off, you're going to get injured. You're going to die. It's just that simple. It's really a difficult place.
Yeah, and Stacey, in your first introduction to iRacing today, I'm guessing at some point when you crashed, you needed to reset the car.
I did. I've been told it's called meatball. I never knew that, so I learned something new today.
Yeah, you get a meatball flag, which says that your car is toast, basically.
Trashed.
And several keen mechanics need to set about it with hatchets and matchets and put it back together again. But here at the Nordschleife, the reason I mention that is because if you crash your car after you've passed pit road, you've got yourself a lovely 10-minute tow. And given the fact that the first race is 25 minutes in length, you've pretty much just written off your race. So do you think, guys, that is going to affect how these guys approach this, or are we just going to see them go hell for leather like they normally do in this series?
Well, I have to tell you, I think that would be what you just mentioned. I think would be the smart way to do it, to try to stay alive and see what you can muster out of the whole deal. But I mean, the adrenaline flows. You want to be ahead of this guy and that guy, and it happens. I don't know. I think it's going to be a mixed bag, Pete.
And Stacey, do you think it's going to make any difference because this is the last racing event of this season for the Next Level E series?
Well, now you said it's the last race of the season, I think the guys are not really going to care, and they're just going to go crazy and really enjoy it. You're probably going to have the odd one that is really, really serious, and they're probably going to be the ones that are going to be up the front. They'll be the ones that will be watching a little bit, especially if they're going to lap anyone.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to say something, going to try something ridiculous now, Sam. Are you able to find anybody at the beginning of a lap or not? Here we go. Carlos, the very boy himself. So we are a few turns in at the moment, and we're going to try and do a lap with Carlos. Very tentative on the gas through there because, well, the camber's with you on that corner. In this corner, you are flat out, hugging the right-hand side. And then we approach this little rise. You want to brake about the 70 mark, which he has done. Take loads of curb here and a little bit of the curb there. And your next turn is going to be the left and up and over the brow of this little humpback bridge thing. I think that's how you get from the infield to the outfield or something. And then this is a very tight left-hander. Camber's with you, though. You can take a lot of speed through there, which Carlos has done. And the camber stays with you for all of these corners. It's well designed, this track. Tip it into the right-handers there. The next left-hander, or serious one, is this one, and it tips into the right quite quickly. A good way to make yourself sick is to do that bit in VR. Left through here, right through here. A bit seasick coming through. Stacey doesn't need this. She's already been vomit-tastic once today. Lots of curb on this one because you're going to set yourself up now for one of the two massive straights, or three massive straights, really. We fly down here, over this little bridge, and then up the hill. This is super steep, even in real life. And then your right-hander across the crest here. And then another one leads you onto another big straight after this left. So already we can see a number of places. Those curbs, by the way, are like mountains. If you strike them, you are done for. The car will just eject itself stage right, and that'll be it. A big, long, sweeping left-hander leads you into the first of the horseshoes. I would tell you the names of these turns, but I am not fluent German, and the words confuse me.
Deutschland!
Yeah, absolutely. We go down this little roller coaster of left-rights into the dipper at the bottom here, and then climb really steeply up the hill. A left-hander here takes you into a complex with some massively high curbs. You go through the right-hander, then the left, it sweeps around again, gets tighter on you, and then you get released through this right-hander, and then onto this little shorter straight. It's got a bit of a kink in it here, to the left, one to the right, and then you get into a what looks to be a sharp left-hander, but you can take this at massive speed, as Carlos has done. He dropped a gear in order to do it.
Not this one, though.
No, this one is pure evil if you get that, even slightly offline. Dipping into here, this is the corner I always think is fast, and it's not, it's slow. You'll find several of my cars over the wall there. And then you've got a little chicane thing going on here, so a left-hander, right-hander. And then you've got a double right, is it? Yep, double right here.
Oh, this is going down the hill to the little quaint village on the right, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah. There's a few of my cars on the right there as well. We're not quite at the village yet. We're going to head towards it now. It looks like a little ski village.
Yeah.
You brake in a straight line here. Don't need to drop off all your speed because the camber's so heavily with you. You can carry a lot of speed. And then this is a key corner driving up this hill. It's not the main uphill bit. It's the bit before it. But because this is uphill, you stand to lose an enormous amount of time if you get that previous corner wrong. You tip it in the left here. And then this is a long right-hander. Which is still quite quick, but this one you must get right because this is the lead on to one of the longest straights, or I say straight, there's a few kinks in it as you climb up the hill, but you are pretty much flat out all the way through here. In these cars there may be a bit of a lift in a moment round this corner, but no, he's flat through there by the sound of it. Then we keep climbing this hill, or this mountain rather. You've got a little right-hand kink here which sometimes scrubs the speed off in some cars. Then you do have to get off the gas here. There we go, as you go around the left-hander. And then keep your foot in all the way up here. There's a little kink goes on here, which can destabilise the car, stay off that curb. And then you're into a right-hand horseshoe. This carries on for what feels like forever. You just want to get back on the gas, and it's not worth doing it because you'll lose so much speed. And then I hate this corner. Sam probably knows how to do this corner. You stay to the left-hand side. Because your camber is with you all the way through it. That's very well done. I've never yet done that turn correctly.
That was great.
It was super smooth. We climb up the hill here. This is a flat-out left-hander coming up, or it should be for Carlos. And then you need to scrub off a load of speed here. It's quite fast this, but not as fast as the previous turns. Through the right-hander, and then you're up to the top here where I start getting confused because all the turns look the same to me. So we're flat through here. Flat through this next corner, in theory, Oh, no, he's done a bit of a lift because the next one takes the speed off. Right, okay. Lots of curb there. How that wasn't a 1X, I have no idea. And then stay off that right-hand curb, and there'll be a lot of left-hand, right-hand going on here. This is a good fun bit out of this turn. You dip down, take a lot of the curb on the... Oh, no, I'm at the wrong turn. See? There you go.
Oh, my. Woo.
There we go. Get yourself a real commentator and you might get some good directions.
Oh, you're doing fine.
I think that's what they call YouTube corner, because that's the one where everybody kills themselves. Oh, he's too fast into there. That's the end of the lap with Carlos.
No, that was rare that he made that mistake.
And that's how challenging this road course is. Where are we with Joris? We're quite a way back, so I think this is going to be a little ways to catch up. Stacey, what do you think of what you just saw? Is that the first time you've been on board on a lap around the Green Hell?
That is absolutely immense, that track. I can see how you'd get confused with corners at some point because it's huge.
Yeah, and I managed to call a lot of the corners from memory there, which is good, apart from the one that I got wrong. What was I going to do next? Sam, when you do into the very sharp horseshoe with where the camber is with you on the left-hand side but not the right, how do you approach that in order to maintain the speed through that corner?
I close my eyes and I pray for it to work.
I don't know about you folks, but I was after some more scientific version of that. But never mind.
The thing is, we are a bit too far with Joris for now, but the way I do it is probably not the best way, but I think I catch that on Carlos' lap. But that was so quick, I'm not even sure. You don't really want to hit it at the very start of it. You just want to jump in just after that concrete, or I don't know what it is, in the inside, and just dive in the apex of the corner, and then you want to stay tight near the border, because it's the mountain on the left, you know, the thing that's the track. But surely not that thing, because that will bounce you off, basically.
Well, this is what I was going to say. He's approaching it now, yeah. And when I tip it in, I carry too much speed usually, and I end up like bolting myself over the other side. So
if you look,
they always take the steep entry,
and just right there, like it is.
Okay. So you kind of dive in after it started already.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And you want to stay... I usually stay a bit more on the left. I don't know if it's the best thing to do, but I feel like it's the way I'm the fastest. And the exit, it depends a bit on the car.
Yoris got that a bit wrong.
Yeah, this one is a bit wrong. If your car can handle it, you need to want to stay as much as you can in the inside, and then just put your foot down and hope for the best at the exit. And usually, I like the GT4s can handle that pretty well. So yeah, that's the thing. But it's a tricky corner.
Now, where he's going, before he gets onto that big, long straightaway, like from, that goes to Austria, that straightaway.
Yeah, that's called the Dottinger, I think. It's the only bit of the track that I know the name of.
Now, there's a littler kind of carousel thing before... Oh, we just went off.
There is. It's the same as the one we've just seen.
It's smaller, though. It's not...
No, it's the more broad one. No, you're right. It's the tighter one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It isn't. You wonder why it's there at all. I mean, it seems ridiculous. He's got to be close to it now. Yeah,
Joris is at the bit where I like. So if we can go on board with him again, because this is all flat out around this bit.
Here we come. We're coming to it.
We are. So you've got this left-hander flowing into the right-hander. Right, yep. You've got to scrub some speed off here because this bit is very tight. Yeah, not this one, the next one.
Okay, you're right.
We crest the hill.
Here it comes, yep.
Yeah, this one's a bit flatter, but sharper.
Ooh. That one.
I often end up in the wall on the right-hand side there, which Sam will attest to, because that's exactly what I did the last time I drove this in the TCR.
I can see how that could happen.
Yeah, and then we are on to the Dottinger. Is it Dottinger Straight, Sam? I can't remember. Dottinger Ho or something like that.
I don't know any names. Call the names at any tracks except Spa. That's the only one I can.
Okay.
A few ones on batters. As well. That's it.
Thanks to Martine on the chat who said that it was an awesome lap guide. So thank you very much. I did actually get most of it right as well.
You did a very nice job, I thought.
Well done, Pete.
Thank you very much. I'm here all night, literally. Aim for the gate, Martine says. We'll have to look and see when we can find a gate.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a gate there. Usually I don't look at the surrounding of the track. So if there's a gate, well, there's one, but I don't see where.
There's probably several around here. Big update for Carlos Dieguez. He says, please don't do the lap guide on me. I was trying to race set. We did do the lap guide on you until you crashed. So enjoy that one. And Kevin says, if you didn't tell, not everybody would know. That's true. But it's all out now. Anybody not already on a lap has not got the time to finish one because we're about 25 minutes in. A lap round here. Carlos has done the fastest, and it's still his first one. 8 minutes, 8 seconds. So not enough if you're going to try and start one now. Anybody going to advance themselves, do we think? Kaz Brinkhausen might do.
He's got a possibility. He's a charger. He could do it.
Yeah, he's got some... Oh, he's not. That must have been his last running lap, and he's still on track, which is confusing me. Yeah, totally. Own goal for Pete, eh? So, Chris Versteinen is the version of the name that I'm going with. Any advances on that, put it in the chat. Still on a lap. And he will finish this one where he is on track at the minute.
There he comes into the carousel. Let's see how he entered it low, though.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Well, that was a pretty good one, in fact. The thing is, when you exit like that and pretty wide, you've got 50-50 chance to hit the wall because it's unstable, the car. I usually try to avoid doing that, but when you're on a fast lap like this, not in a race condition, it's probably the fastest way around. And the pro guys probably do that every lap, but I don't have the balls, so that's it.
Well, the way he came out of there, I thought he was going to be pressed guardrail there for a second, but he held on to it.
So, Stacey, you fancying a go around the Nordschleife then?
There's too many corners there, especially with VR. I wouldn't last one corner.
No, I think your stomach wouldn't last to the end of the GP circuit, to be honest. I don't know how you managed to even do any laps in the VR set straight away. That's bonkers, that. I'd have been definitely on screens.
That's a hard way to start, I'll tell you.
It wasn't until after I gave it a go, I moved away, and that was it. Headset was off, and I was like, what? And Mike was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, it goes, oh, yeah, it'd be fine. Go a bit longer.
Caleb Lavender in his
Stealth car.
Stealth car, yeah.
So I don't think we've got anyone on track now. Nobody is going to be able to set a lap anyway, even if they set off. It would only be for track practice, but they've probably done enough laps already. So now we're really waiting for the time to tick over. So let me talk you through the league while we're waiting, and who is where. So in the Pro Series, Carlos Dieguez is currently the top man. 230 points he has over Martin Statman. Both of those guys are in this. I guess Martin Statman could win if Carlos doesn't finish and Martin wins the race. I don't know, because you don't get many points for a race win in this series. It's only 25 points for a race win. Although you can get 30, and I don't know how. I think fastest laps kick in at some point. So yes, it is actually still to play for at the minute. For those two in particular, Niels Langeveld is in third with 191 points. Kevin Unk is in fourth with 186, and Robin van Brenk is in fifth with 180. Caleb Lavender, who we saw on the screen, is in sixth. I'll mention him because he's here. He's got 179 points. So for those three, Kevin, Robin, and Caleb, there is honours to go for. I think the best that they could possibly do is get to third, where Niels is at the minute. So let's see what happens with all of those guys. We saw Wobbly in the session. He's got 165, so he's a way back from that yet. But he's in 8th place overall. Is Joran in the session? Yes, he is. So yeah, Joran Vatler is in 7th. So all the top guys are in there as regular attendees. Let me go and find the AM class sessions. Oh, am I out of time? I am. We're going to tick over too soon. I'll do the AM later on, and we'll get the start of the race underway first. So, rolling start is off the Dottinger Ho, that ridiculously long straight that Bill said starts in Austria.
Yeah, really. Looks like in first place going off, we got Carlos Diegos. Second is Martin Statman from Gas X Racing Team. Third, Cass Brinkhausen, KWC Racing. Fourth is Chris Versteinen. In fifth place, we got Jerome Vetlet from Simworld GT Racing. Sixth is Danny Hogendorn, DSCDA Esports. Seventh, Oscar Pye. Eighth, Jeffrey Colmel. Ninth is Alice DeVries from Next Level Racing. 10th, Jel Stamborg, DSCDA Esports. 11th is George Blom, Next Level Racing. 12th, Eric Verlay, Next Level Racing. And 13th, we got Simon Van Dyke, Next Level Racing NL by whatever. 14th is Robin Van Brink, DSCDA Esports. 15th, Robin DeBecker, Roaring Chicken Nuggets. 16th, Alex Renders. 17th, Caleb Lavender. 18th, Wobbly Kneecap, BSTV Esports. 19th, Kevin Unk, DSCDA Esports. 20th, Nels Langenveld, Team ERU Prestige. 21st, Jeremy Van
der Kratz.
Dickazorn Platt, DSCDA Esports. And 22nd is Mark Stevens. 23rd, Dennis Earhart, Austrian Simcars.
Yeah, a couple of new drivers to the series tonight. Mark Stevens being one of them, and Christopher Steinen being the other. Christopher Steinen's obviously got it about him because he's right up there at the moment, fourth position start.
Well, I know it's only just about half the field qualified. I guess they don't think it's that important, really, with a small field. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. And while we're rolling, Stacey, have you got your a potential winner for this in the field that you've seen so far?
Just actually looking at that because I knew you were going to ask. I'm going for the chap that's on pole because I just like his pink car. I think it's cool.
All right. Yep.
And I can't. Diegas, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Carlos Diegas. It's a good one to back. To be honest, he's won a massive handful of these races. He's currently top of the championship. It's going to take something remarkable for him not to win the championship. Martin Statman, who starts on his left, is the guy second place in the championship at the moment. So these guys at the front of the field and the front of the championship. So, Bill, have you got a name before these guys start sprinting?
Kaz Brinkhausen.
Kaz Brinkhausen. That's probably a very sensible choice. He's driving the Mercedes bus just behind. He's got the whole world in his car. It's massive. There's plenty of room for your shopping in that.
They look so big. I'm telling you, wow.
It is huge. It takes 20 minutes just to pass it. Right then,
Really?
They do have a starting zone, but I don't know where it is. So they're holding.
They got to be pretty close to it.
You'd think.
Oh, here's a double line. I bet that's it.
And he's gone. It must have been at the line pretty much, the start zone. He held them right to the very last second. They've all spread out. There's a crash in the background.
Yeah, saw that. Wow, who's that?
Caleb Lavender was in the pit wall for some reason. That looks like Niels Langeveld.
Niels Langeveld, yeah.
Yeah, that's unusual. So something going on back there. It's really not what you need at the start of any laps of the Nordschleife.
No. The further you get behind, here. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, exponential adding on of time.
Yep.
This is Jeffrey Colmel with... Is that Oscar? Yeah. Oscar Pye on his inside. I think the Mercedes has become more popular in this series, or rather, the people driving it have been attending more regularly. There's quite a few in here now. 4 in the field in total. which, as a percentage of cars, is higher than I've seen before. Jeffrey
Yeah.
Colmel, very quick in a straight line, heading into the left-hander here. And Oscar having to take a very wide line into that left-hander in the background.
And we've lost 2 people already. Caleb Lavender and Andre Reinders.
Alex Reinders. Caleb, I saw with his car buried in the pit wall. So I don't know whether Sam has any footage of what happened there. It was obviously at the very start, because I think it was even before the start-finish line.
And he put a little comment, complete waste of never mind time. Yeah.
Right, okay.
So a little bit unhappy. Whoop, who's off? Robin Van Brink is off the track there.
He is, and that's an odd place to be.
Yes, it is.
That's almost like he was trying to take the shortcut back to the start. Here we go, here's the start. Look, it's already going on. There's Caleb on the right-hand side, the stealth car. Oh, what is that?
It's almost like he's got a... What was he doing?
It wasn't him so much. It's the one, that DSCDA car there that's weaving in and out, and then
Yeah, but it looks like he's just cruising there. I mean...
Yeah, Niels looks like he's got a hardware failure. He just seemed to drive diagonally across the track and then stop the car. I'm not sure what's happened. Oh, it was Alex, wasn't it? Niels drives for the same team.
Oh, yeah, yep. They both had the same car. That's right. They're right with each other. Oh.
So Alex turns the DSCDA car and then...
He came right across the track. Wow.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there. And then this is Niels Langeveld later on, is it? Yes.
Wow.
And then Kevin Unk going backwards and into the gravel trap. That'll take him... Ooh, and he's hit the wall. That'll take him a while to get back out of there. So, a few blushes at the start of this race, Stacey.
Not what I was expecting. I know everyone was going to go for it, but I thought, come on, first lap they're going to be, they're going to behave.
Yeah, I wonder if this is as a result of having a start zone, Stacey. So they don't go on green. They have to go in a very particular start zone on the start-finish straight. And it has led to issues before. Do you think it's going to be something to do with that? Because you do see green as a race driver and you just go, right?
He would certainly...
I would have thought.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Bill?
Well, I'll tell you, I believe that where they start this race, there's a couple of really tight, serious right and left-hand corner there just after the start. That's really a difficult spot because everybody coming from a real wide area into a kind of a funnel type area, and you know, when you have the 20 cars all gathered together, it's just very difficult not to hit somebody, you know. So and of course if you have any kind of aggressive nature, you know, you're gonna...
Whoa! Oh, that's the one where...
Yeah, he just lost on his own. Yeah,
that's Robin Van Brenk. I said he was out there in a very strange place.
That was an odd place. Yeah, it really was.
There's another one. This is Niels Langeveld. Carried masses of speed around the right-hander.
Could see that one coming.
Well, he had to get on the brakes because the car in front of him... Oh, no! He reversed into traffic. I can't believe he's done that. So he had to get out of it because of that Audi there. The Ferrari takes to the grass. And then he reverses into...
Whoa! Oh, jeez.
Wow.
The Audi. I mean...
Oh, my goodness.
Sure, I mean, he must have been looking at his... So is that. That's Jeremy Van der Kratz on his
turtle! It's Turtle!
And another car in the distance. Have we got any cars left? Where's Wobbly? Is Wobbly still in it?
Look at this. Look at the camera view there. Wow.
If this doesn't make not the top 10, I don't know what will.
That was unbelievable.
Maybe that wasn't in VR.
Hey, Wobbly's still out there and his car's straight and everything. Amazing.
That'd be utter vomit-tastic. This is Wobbly parking it. Is he? Oh,
whoa!
Losing it. Save it for later, Sam, but we need a slow-mo of that one.
Are we going to get it now? I think he's been involved in the incident with Niels reversing of the track
Oh, is he? So
Yeah,
he's slowing. He's taking his
the
speed
curb.
off.
Curb it.
Oh yeah, he did hit
I
the
wonder
curb,
if
yeah.
Nils
Oh,
do
look at
reverse
the
like that
damage.
in real life, to be fair, because that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
He would be dead by now if you do that, but yeah.
That was a crazy situation. And Wobbly's car got absolutely mullered by that curb. It just
Sure
destroyed
did.
the front axle or the shock absorbers or something. So, for the cars that are still circulating, these three are on the same postal stamp at the minute. There's nothing between them. This is Joris Blom, who is in the middle of these three. Dennis Earhart is the one in front in the Austrian Racers car. And that is Mark Stevens in the background in the Ferrari. Is he the only Ferrari? He is the only Ferrari tonight. So a small but not insignificant simulated round of applause for Mark Stevens for driving the only Ferrari.
Yay. Okay, let's go.
Have you got a favourite car of what we've got on track at the moment, Stacey, or not? We've got the Mercedes bus, the Audi, the Ferrari, which is also the same Ferrari, which is GT3 body kit. We've got the Lamborghini and the BMW. BMW is the car of choice, mine. The top three positions of BMW at the minute.
What, the Mercedes?
You like the Mercedes, the bus?
Yeah, there's more room to be sick in it.
Oh, yeah. For all 16 passengers as well. So this is these three getting onto the back straight. I can inform you that Carlos Dieguez has a 5-second lead at the end of lap 1. Martin Statman is in his shadow 5 seconds behind with a 2-second lead over Christopher Stein in his first race. He's got Kaz Brinkhausen, which is Bill's choice, so we're guaranteed to crash on lap 2. Only
There's
1
the
second
possibility.
behind him. Yeah.
Now, see, Mr. Stevens smartened up really. He was going side by side along with, who was that he's racing? Blom.
That was Joris.
Joris Blom, yep. And they were butting the wind together. He fell in behind him, grabbed the toe, and just whipped right by him. That was pretty cool. Good move.
This is Eilas de Vries. A little bit further forward from where we were. He is your top AM driver at the minute. He's number 1. Jelle Stamborg is your number 2, and he's right behind him. And then Simon van Dijk, the only Ford in the field, is behind these two. So everything to play for here. Let me go and find the AM standings, and I'll talk you through those while we're here. So Jeremy van der Kratz, who is or was in the race, did he start? I'm not sure. He did start, but he was involved in the start line incident. He was the championship leader. Jelle Stamborg, who we're on board with, is second in the championship at the moment, only 12 points behind. So I think that this is enough for him to start clawing away at that lead and potentially taking that lead away from Jeremy van der Kratz. Dennis Earhart is currently third in the championship and is showing in 4th in AM at the moment in here. And then Simon van Dijk, who is 1 position behind who we're on board with now. He is on 189 points, so he's got a lot to do to take any extra positions. And then Mr. Abnormal, Danny Hugendorn, is in 5th in the championship at the moment, with Eilas de Vries in 6th, Stefano Pellegrino 7th, Fernando Kuhl in 8th, Tarek El Shafi 9th, and Ricard Boberg in 10th.
And Mr. Hugenberg is out of this race, by the way.
He is.
Hugendorn, sorry.
Yep.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out and 2 in extended pit stops, so they're essentially out.
Yeah, and Sam, I can't remember from the rules, but I'm pretty sure you have to finish to score in this series. Is that right?
I do. Good question. I'm not.
I do recall that, Pete. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to step, but I do remember somebody saying that.
Yeah.
You know, the Audi that's cruising around there, listening to the exhaust tone of that, almost sounds like my robot vacuum cleaner. It does, kind of makes that sound.
Oh, he's all over the back of him here.
Wow, look at that.
Weaving on the Nordschleife usually leads to tears and broken cars. That looked like an attempt at a block which failed. So Mark Stevens does it on Dennis Earhart. Dennis needs these points as well to get further up the finishing order for the series.
Well, I think Dennis was pretty smart not fighting that. Like you said, it would have ended in tears.
Well, his time will come. The draft around here
Exactly.
on certain stretches is enough to pull you back and ahead. So no need for them to panic, is there, Stacey? There's plenty of long straights for the slipstream to take effect.
Plenty. And plenty of time to go around.
Yeah, I mean, we are, we're just over halfway through this now, are we? No, not quite. A few seconds away from halfway. We're on lap 2. We should end up with 4 laps in theory, probably more like 3. I'm not really that sure at the moment, until everybody gets round again. Carlos Dieguez continues to stretch his lead. Oh dear, that Mercedes is well out of shape.
And he just whacked the wall big time. Was that Stevens? No, that was...
No, that is.
Well, that's Alois de Vries.
It is, you're right. You
Yeah.
got that before I did.
Lucky guess.
I think that was an educated one.
Not really.
Oh, too much curb.
Yeah, whoop!
Ooh, and then a bit of redesigning at the front there.
Can't you feel that? God.
That was a big hit, that. That's
It
going to
was.
do no good for his steering, that's for sure. Another Mercedes closing in on the back of the third place BMW of Chris Versteinen. This is Kaz Brinkhausen. He's in a good place to get a whole bag full of tow here, Stacey, because he's on the big climb.
Be careful.
He's having a look.
No, thank Christ he backed off that. Oh, my stomach was in the VR set that Stacey was using earlier today.
Yeah, that'll tighten your sphincter muscle in a hurry. Oh, baby.
Absolutely.
I was definitely breathing in there.
Oh.
So, not too many places to overtake in this area because the braking zones here, you have to be on it. This is the turn I really don't get on with at all. I can't do it.
Carousel.
Yeah. And then climbing up the hill here, the next few turns are so fast. You can probably close in, but you're not going to overtake.
Kaz was smart backing out of that one. That could have been
Oh,
bad.
he got a bag full of curb there as well. That's just going to slow him down, if not break his car. I mean, the curbs around here are epic. Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh.
That's your
Wrong
Butler.
got that. Yep. You know why he's got that stupid light on, Pete?
Yeah, I know. There's a lifetime ban.
It's
So he's
It's daytime.
He's hit a curb somewhere around here.
Whoa.
Oh, no, he hasn't. Well, yes, he has. That's the
Yeah,
cause
and
of
then
his...
then he hit the guardrail.
Yeah. Avoid the curbs, boys. Lessons for the second race. Avoid the curbs. And Simon van Dijk continues to climb forward based on the fact that everybody else keeps crashing out of his way, which is fairly amusing.
Yeah, he's driving smart. He's surviving.
He's about to get himself top of the AM classification here because Jelle Stamborg in front of him is the class leader at the moment.
Wow.
I think of all the GTE cars, the Ford sounds the best when you're in it. It just thuds away, it's class.
GTE?
Yeah. Oh, these are threes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Foolish, Pete, foolish. Got the wrong car class. Oh, it's lined that up fairly well, but he's going to get blocked off in the next turn, potentially. Oh, no, he's done it. Oh, no. No, he hasn't.
That's gonna hurt.
Well, he's... Oh, no. good bit of reversing. It's going to be difficult getting turned round. Silverstone wing for Simon.
Yep, you got one.
And Yellow Stamborg looks like he got away with all of that. Pretty much. I mean, he obviously hit the guardrail, but not too much damage. This is where all the slipstreaming gets done, or it did, just before where these guys are.
And Carlos Diego's just turned to 809 point something. I didn't see the rest of it.
Yeah, so Carlos is busy doing quali laps while everybody else has got the map out and asking the passenger which way to go.
Trying to survive.
Points made on the chat that Robin De Becker started from the pits. He's still turning laps and he's halfway up the field.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Sorry, go on.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say Robert De Becker is... that's who you mentioned, right? Robert De Becker?
Yeah.
He's 4th in AM, which is pretty darn good.
Mm.
As you were going to say, Cass Brinkhausen's still working on Kevin Verstuynen.
He is, yes. And this is for 3rd place overall. I completely keep forgetting that Mark Stevens is the top AM car because he's new to the league. So apologies for that, folks. Me getting it wrong. Who'd have thought that, eh?
Well, it's a way to keep the broadcast interesting, Pete. Keep everybody thinking.
Especially when I'm not doing. These two are not that far off. Martin Statman. He's only 2.5 seconds ahead of them.
No.
So a bit of clever driving and no overtaking, and these guys could reel him in.
Yeah, they're waging a pretty good battle and probably smart at this point, too. Well, they got one more lap, maybe, right? Yeah.
Yes. So we're 18 minutes into a 25-minute race. There's 7 minutes left. One more lap after this, Sam, yes?
Yeah, looking at Carlos' times, probably, except if he lived at the end, but I don't think he have enough margin to Martin.
No, I agree with that. He's his 13.8 second lead. It's probably not enough to bring him under that window. One thing I don't understand, and hopefully Sam can explain this, is that the people that have ended up in a travesty of activity, they've left the session, but the session includes the next race. So does that mean that those chaps are not going to take part, or they're going to rejoin later, do you think?
I think they're just going to bail out. They're
Right.
not going to bother. You know, it's the last race of the championship, and this track is pretty difficult, and if you've been sent out of the race pretty early, maybe you don't want to race the last one because you don't have anything to play, and you know, you may have something better to do than being wrecked again.
Yeah, true.
I try to think the way the driver thinks. I'm not saying that's the case, but you know, sometimes when you're in the heat of the thing, this is the way you think, and yeah, you leave the session and say, well, better next time.
Yeah, I hope they do rejoin, but it'll certainly make the interviews not last very long at the end of the race if there's only 2 people left.
No, sadly, a lot of drivers will, you know, if they're out of contention, they say, the heck with it, you know, there's no sense in me going, and that kind of stuff, so.
Yeah. What would your race attitude be, Stacey? Do you think if you were one of these guys who's been wrecked out of this one, would you still stay for the last one?
Would have done it just for laughs, really, because it's the last one, isn't it? And just do it for a bit of extra practice on the track.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I use qualifying for, because there's no way that I ever get anywhere near the top. Qualifying for me is just extra practice laps before the main event. Try and make it as uncrashy as possible, and that'll be my race pace. Doing a track as big as this, the more practice you can possibly have, even if you're using the practice for this for a different event. Every lap is more experience and more knowledge. So I'd definitely be turning up again.
Especially a track that's so technical and so long as this, you'd want to do the extra laps for sure.
Yeah, I think you're right on it there. Joran Vatlet did not like getting overtaken by Mark Stevens there.
He just pulled over and stopped. I wonder if he's out of fuel or something.
No, I think utter disgrace at being overtaken. Oh my word, what is that? Jeremy, you are... I don't know what it was even. I mean, it could... Oh! No, it's about to be made worse. Oh.
Now there's no front clip on the car. Wow.
Is there any car? I mean... when does it cease being a car?
Oh my.
What's the definition for a car? Does it have to have like 4... Oh, this is his first episode. We'll call them episodes for now. It sounds, less aggressive, doesn't it, than a write-off.
I'm going to end up looking like an aerial atom when they get finished here.
Yeah. Or an Aston Martin Signet. Oh, no, it already looks as bad as that. So Oscar Pye still heaping the pressure onto Jeffrey Colmel here. And the other thing, when you're on a track where you don't know it very well, and you've got a car behind you, I find that unbelievably distracting. Oh, hang on. Martin Statman out of second place. That is, well,
that's huge.
I say disaster. If Carlos does set a wheel wrong, then it's his championship, so he doesn't want to be doing stuff like that.
That's huge.
Second in the championship, Stacey. He doesn't need to be pushing that hard, does he? He wants to be waiting for Carlos to make an error.
He just wants to be cruising around, keeping it clean.
It's definitely what I'd be. I'd be advocating that.
Oh, he's off again. Oh no, that was the original one. That's a replay. Sorry.
Well, it looks better than than Jeremy van der Krat's car, that's for sure. But then most cars in the world look better than that, even the one that have been in the wreckers. Ernie523 says on the chat, Jeremy deserves a prize for Entertainer of the Day. Yeah, he bought his beach buggy to the green hell. Here is Carlos Dieguez. We have to show some footage of him. It's obligatory.
Yeah,
I like the
he's
livery.
gonna cross the line. Sorry, TC, he's gonna cross the line before the 25-minute mark. It's gonna be close, but yeah.
So he's gonna go for a fourth.
Probably.
Gonna go for a 5, isn't he? Yeah.
Guy is absolutely just crazy. He's so quick.
Yeah, he's absolutely nailing it.
Do you think that he thinks everybody went home or something? He doesn't. He hasn't seen anybody.
Even his relative will have got bored. His last lap was an 8 minutes 10.18. So he's still knocking off qualifying laps. The next nearest guy is over 5 seconds slower.
Pete, you think he's riding along with one hand on the wheel going do 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 do?
Yeah.
Jeez.
A 20-pack of Marlboro.
There you go.
No, you do the best sound effects. I love it.
He gets paid extra for those.
Yeah, right.
So Jeffrey Colmel's taken the defensive line here, and I don't think this is going to work. Because the next turn is the sharp left. And I think Oscar's going to bag this now. That's a 1x and a slowdown, I think, for Jeffrey as well, because going that far wide there, I think that gets you a time penalty. I'm not quite certain. Although you do scrub your time penalties pretty quick round here, because it takes your last average, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes no, that's okay. Sometimes they scrub it off, and expecting that, I look at it and I think to myself, what, do they think I'm like Nicole Foggy or something? I can't drive that fast.
Yeah. If you've not got a time registered, it like vanishes instantly. I don't know whose time it takes. Somebody with no fingers and thumbs.
Apparently.
What were you going to say, Stacey?
Oh, I just wondered if you were ignoring Ben's comment on the chat.
I always ignore Ben's comments.
I thought he was away someplace or something. I read.
He is. Unfortunately, it means he's still got access to social media.
Oh, goody. Okay.
For the viewers who can't see the chat, he's making reference to how my car normally looks at the end of races. Oscar
Evening,
Oscar getting a bit sideways, getting onto the country lanes. I don't think Jeffrey's going to let him go, though. He's definitely trying to keep pace here. The Audi, you would expect, is a bit nippier through these tight turns, but it does depend on the driver behind the wheel, of course.
It does. Sounds like my robot cleaner buckwheat. Really does. You're supposed to name your robot cleaner. I named mine buckwheat. Of course, some people in this country take offense to that, but you know what? They don't really care. It's a vacuum cleaner, for Christ's sake.
Right, Kevin on the chat says, "Does my..." Sorry, I thought Jeffrey was sending it to the scenery for some reason there, but anyway. He says, "Does your car already look like a sim rig, so you don't need to beg anymore for one?" Sadly not. In recent weeks, bizarrely, everybody else around me has driven slower, so my I rating's gone up, and I've crashed less, which means I am still begging for the sim rig. So wherever Urine is, not in the session at the moment.
Yeah, who wants to start a GoFundMe for Pete's rig? Come on.
Yeah, I reckon. Crowdfunding.
Don't get him a VR headset.
And a bucket. And one of those wristbands for, seasickness or whatever it is.
Oh, I thought they put the little patch behind your ear or something, don't they? Or something like that?
I don't know. I think they just staple your mouth and your nose shut so you can't vomit.
Oh, God!
Oh.
It comes out your ears. That's a good line from Martin. I think Martin has started to listen and he's consolidating what he's got left. Because I think he did take damage from that hit. Is that what you were going to say, Bill? And I think, looking at the front of Carlos's car, he's been over the curbs as well because there's damage to the right front of that.
How you got so many chances to hit it, I can't imagine you not hitting it at least once.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how are these guys going to manage on a 45-minute race?
Wow.
And Sam, you're going to have to remind me again, do we reverse 6 in this, in the second race?
10, I think.
Reverse 10, that's going to be the whole field in a minute.
Yeah, that's gonna be yours for now in first place on the second race. Yours Blum.
Yep. Trying to find my way back to SDK. Got too many screens open at the moment. Which would put Mark Stevens and Jelle Stamborg and Dennis Earhart, who are AM drivers, in the starting top 4 of the next race as it currently stands. That would be an interesting situation, especially around this track.
Yeah, good on them.
Ricardo Rico on the chat has just done the understatement of the millennium. The millennium. He says, this guy, Carlos Dieguez, seems good.
I'm cheering for him.
He's a little bit beyond that, Ricardo.
Yeah. I would tell you his his I rating, but I can't count that high. It starts with a 7, which is all anybody needs to know.
Now, see, the VR made Stacy hurl. His I rating made Pete and I hurl.
Yeah, nobody should be that good. Nobody. Look at him, he's absolutely wringing the neck out off that thing, isn't he? I mean, really, even if he's clipped some curbs, this is a fairly faultless drive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty boring though that you've got no one to race.
Yeah, he probably needs some stiff competition. He could have probably done with the likes of Max Paul or Mirko Bortolotti if they were around to stick it to him. Although there's some real fast drivers in here, he's just outclassed them. So Kaz Brinkhausen, Martin Statman, Oscar Pye, Joran Vatler is usually high up there. Niels Langeveld didn't really get off the ground. Well, he did, but unfortunately he was in the wrong way. They're usually up there with him, but he's just outclassed them today.
There's his I rating, 7.6 thousand. Oh, God.
Wow, that's insane.
It is.
You couldn't add all mine together and come up with that.
Yeah.
Shit. He's the real life factory driver too. So I mean,
yeah, he is.
Not that necessarily crosses over, but
somebody running out of fuel there, waiting for it.
There he is. He's the winner. Well done there, Carlos. Boy,
awesome drive.
That was a legend, I'll tell you.
Yeah, here's Chris Versteinen still getting chased by Kaz Brinkhausen, who's going to bug him in the last corner.
Kaz is really trying to get him now.
Yeah.
He's going to run out of time, I think, sadly.
Unless somebody runs out of fuel on this lap. So great racing for those two.
That was a decent battle between those two guys. It really was. Martin Statman, out of a few little difficulties, comes home in 4th. Who's in 5th? That's Oscar Pye.
It is.
6th is Jeffrey Colmel. 7th, Mark Stevens. Well done, matey.
He's had an epic race. 15 places he's up.
And Gilles Stomberg coming home in 8th place, 2nd in AM. In the McLaren. And next we have Dennis Earhart in 9th place. 10th we have Jeffrey Blom. What?
Sam's laughing at you because you called him Jeffrey Blom.
It was even put on the screen. It's yours, Blom. That just made me laugh. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Simon Van Dijk gets his rear wing home.
And looking at Wobbly's car is definitely not crashed at all this race. So
no, that's completely untouched, isn't it?
That's a new air intake in the front there that he's got.
Yeah, all that's needed is some T-cut. And one of those microfiber cloths, obviously.
You get out your little ball peen hammer and just whack it back together. That's all. Yeah.
Don't wobble it for whatever you do, Wobbly, because that thing could fall apart at any second. There's only like our positive thoughts that are holding your car together.
You got to be careful. That might be the ejection button you're hitting there, pal.
Yeah.
No, I've got a question for you, Pete. Are you jealous of the look of his car now? Because he probably crashed more than you this time.
Yeah, that is impressive. Crashing more than me or wrecking your car more than me is something that other people strive for their entire lives. And Wobbly's managed it in just this race. It's you've got to salute that. He's probably going to run out of fuel before the start-finish line, but
he's really crawling.
He's got his car in neutral.
Come on, Wobbly. Don't prolong the agony. Let's get that thing home.
That's funny. Nah, he's milking it. He's going to pull it up before the line, isn't he? He's going to reverse over the line. Does he get a disqualification for this? Can't remember. Epic.
That's brilliant.
Epic. Good effort.
Okay, handbrake turn now, Wobbly.
That's awesome.
He fits in well for the STV, doesn't he?
Oh my God.
That's quality.
All right, here's our final results. Carlos Diego's won by about a month and a half in first place. Second was Christopher Steinen. Nice job by him. Third, Cass Brinkhausen. Fourth, Martin Statman. Fifth, Oscar Pye. Sixth, Jeffrey Comel. Seventh, Mark Stevens. First in AM. Nice job by him. Eighth is Jel Stomberg. Ninth is Dennis Earhart. 10th, Joris Bloom. 11th, Simon Van Dyke in our Ford. 12th is Robin De Becker. 13th, Wobbly Kneecap, finishing in reverse. 14th was Robin Van Brink. 15th, Jerome Vetlet. 16th, Alice DeBreeze. 17th is Jeremiah Van Gazornenplatt. And 18th is Kevin Oink. 19th, Danny Hogan Noren. Sorry, Hogan Noren. 20th is Eric Verley. 21st is Alex Renders. 22nd, Caleb Lavender. 23rd, Niels Langeven.
And for a small fee, you can get another book which has all the real names in it. But yeah. Right, so 10 minutes of warm-up for Wobbly to figure out which way the front of his car is. What do we make of that race then? It was it lacked decorum at the start, would you say, Stacey?
Yeah, well, yeah, I thought it was going to be a bit cleaner, to be fair, on the start. Then I thought everyone was just going to go for it at least, after the first lap. But no, everyone went hell for leather on the first lap, and a few people got knocked out when they really shouldn't have been, to be fair.
Yeah, and I'm wondering whether the stewards will impose any penalties for anything that happened at the start there, Bill, because they do live stewarding in this one. I've not seen them do anything, so... Oh, they don't? Ah, okay.
No, there's no live stewarding, if I'm not mistaken, in this one. It's the endurance one, they do live.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting it mixed up.
In this one, they're racing, which I understand, so... It's like the BST ones, they do get protest at the end of the race, and they look at it afterward.
Right, okay. Yeah, I should have guessed that from when Simon said he was racing. I didn't know whether any of the other guys were in race control, that's all. So, right, that'll explain that then. So, any penalties will be points penalties because of where we are in the season. That's interesting. Hans Langeveld has joined the server. Any relation to Niels? I'm not sure. So, out of the session, and not rejoined yet, is Caleb Lavender, Alex Reinders, Niels Langeveld, Eric Valet, and Danny Hugendorn. So, whether we see them return or not for race 2, I'm not sure. It'd be good to hear from them and understand if they are going to rejoin us or not.
By the message that I saw from Callan Lavender, it sounds like he's gone. So
right,
I don't think you'll see him back. And I'm really disappointed because he's kind of a stealthy guy. In that last race that we covered, boy, he did a great job. I mean, God, he was like on fire, or I don't know, or bleeding or something. He was really driving well and fast.
Yeah, he was. He's very, very capable, and there's not that many people who can make those Mercedes do what he manages to get them to do, to be honest.
Especially a Yank, no less, too, you know?
Yeah. Oh, dear. Right, so, where are we up to now? Let's have a look. So, we're a few minutes into warm-up. There's a couple of cars on track, but Mark, is it just Mark? Yeah. So he's going to have a bit of a lonely drive, but like I said before, any practice round here is useful practice. With being a few cars down, Stacey, what are you expecting for the next race? The same again, or do you reckon everybody's going to be a bit more calm?
I reckon it's going to be a bit calmer this time. I think everyone's going to allow each other to get round at least one lap, and then I think everyone's going to go hell for leather.
Right, okay. And the reverse 10, what does that actually do? Let me go back to SDK and talk you through it. So, where are we? Oh, it's rearranged, everybody. That's nice of it, isn't it? You won't have the starting grid yet, will you, Sam? Because it won't have ticked onto the main. Oh, you got it. Just a minute. I need to join your stream there.
Well, that's the result for the previous race. So
Yeah. So 10th up is Joris Blom, a pro driver. So second off will be Dennis Earhart, who is an AM driver. Jelle Stamborg, also an AM driver, and Mark Stevens, who's on track at the minute getting his practice in, also an AM driver. Then Jeffrey Colmore, Oscar Pye, Martin Statman, Kaz Brinkhausen, Chris Versteinen in his first race here, and Carlos Dieguez. So, Stacey, in terms of the reverse 10, do you think Carlos is going to step his way through it or plough his way through it?
I think he's going to step his way through it quite nicely. I think he's going to behave because I think he wants that win, so he knows he's got to behave to get it.
Yeah, I mean, with Martin Statman finishing 4th in that last race, he's not done himself any favours there. He did have an accident, so fair enough, and he probably did damage his car as a result. He really needs a win, and for Carlos to have something very unfortunate happen to him, doesn't he? And Bill, obviously there's not going to be a pit stop in this one, but if you end up getting any wrecks, it's not going to be any better for you, is it? Even in a 45-minute race, because you're going to leave so much time. You'll be over a lap down by the time your car's been towed.
Yeah, for sure. Being a professional thumper, I would have a problem in this race because, like you said, it take you half an hour to get back to the pits plus, an hour of repairs. So it's a matter of survival and trying to do the best pace you can and hope for, other people's mistakes, basically. I mean, that's what I see.
Guys, before the next race gets started, I'm going to leave it there and I'm going to shoot now. So I've got a big day tomorrow. So thanks for letting me join the commentary tonight. And go Carlos.
Yeah, best of luck for tomorrow, and thank you so much for joining us in the booth. It's always appreciated.
Yeah, thanks, Stacey. Take care.
Cheers, Bill. Cheers, Sam. See you later.
So, not a lot of activity at the minute. There are no cars on track at the moment. It looks like we're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars down for the start of this race. And we had 22, I think it was, before. 2,
We're
4,
down to 18.
6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. 23 cars it was in the end. We'll be down to, 18 cars. So we're going to get a bit lost if this breaks up across the course of the track, Bill, and we're going to be hunting around for drivers, I think, for some time in this one. Yeah,
I'm afraid so. We might, just like in the last race, we had a couple of guys that were kind of close together, made it interesting, but after 45 minutes, it's going to be hard to get any close. Of course, a lot of times, on this track, it's not going to work. I was going to say a lot of times in enduro races, you find they all end up together at the end, but it's not going to happen here. There's a different layout type of track altogether. So,
yeah, and good to see Wobbly going out on track. He needs all the practice he can get after the car rearrangement of his last race.
Yeah, I'm hoping we have a bit of excitement. I'm hoping it's clean, maybe some, charging here and there, but sadly, being like Sam mentioned, being the end of the season, when you get to the point that when you get to the point that you're not in contention anymore, and if you could go to some place where you could have some fun, I mean, I know Sam likes this course, and no disrespect to this track, but I mean, if you're on a nice short track where you could duke it out with somebody or something be different, but here, I don't know, you make one mistake, you're done. That's it.
Yeah, this track, its length and the complexity of it lends itself to endurance racing, doesn't it? It at least gives you the opportunity to get back in it. One mistake in this format, and that's your race pretty much done. So you're after perfection each time as the session goes checkered. Marco Nemela on the chat says, "What did I miss?" Utter carnage at the start of the first heat of this race. We are about to embark upon a 45-minute or 6-lap limit race. As the cars take the field. So, hopefully, we've got the starting grid. Do you want me to do it this time, Bill?
Yeah, well, the names are there, but go ahead.
So, off pole this time will be Joris Blom for Next Level Racing. Dennis Earhart goes off second for Austrian Sim Racers. Jelle Stamborg off third for DSCDA Esports. Mark Stevens off fourth. Jeffrey Colmel off fifth. Oscar Pye off sixth. Martin Statman for GazX Racing Team off 7th. Kaz Brinkhausen off 8th for KWC Racing. 9th will be Chris Versteinen. 10th will be that man, the man to beat, Carlos Dieguez. Then Simon Van Dijk in 11th for Next Level Racing. And Robin De Becker for Roaring Chicken Nuggets goes off 12th. 13th is Wobbly, if he can get his car back together in time. For BSTB Esports, Robin Van Brenk starts 14th for DSCDA Esports. 15th is Joran Vatlet, who owes me a sim rig for SimWorld GT Racing. Eilis de Vries goes off 16th for Next Level Racing. And then it's Jeremy van der Kratz in 17th for DSCDA Esports. Everybody else that you see on screen will not start. No, Kevin Oont, sorry, 18th, also for DSCDA Esports. Apparently I got to that decision too quickly there. So, let's see where they launched this time. They pretty much launched at the line last time, Bill. Do you think that's what caused the pile-ups at the back, or was that just silliness at the back that caused it last time?
No, I think a combination of both. I don't think it helped being that far down that straightaway, to be perfectly honest. And I think there was some people that really jumped the gun there. Well,
let's hope that they can make it cleaner, so that everybody gets an opportunity to get round this track on this 45-minute race. Marco Nemela says we're racing on a real track. Yes, we are. This is the Green Hell, brought to you by Next Level E-Series. Sponsored by Simcontrols, and he's holding them. There's a car, nailed it straight through the middle for some reason, and now they've gone. So I expect a penalty from iRacing for that one. Martin Statman on the inside there, trying to pick up as many positions early on as he can. He's going to get turned by Mark Stevens because he was in a place he probably should not have been there, cutting the front off that Ferrari. So there's an incident straight away. It's Robin Van Brenk that has decided to nail it before his time.
He did a runner, huh? Wow.
He did. The session went green, Sam. So does that mean that iRacing will not have picked him up?
Yeah, I think we thought that already with other people earlier on in the season. They will not get any penalty from iRacing.
Right, okay.
So they're probably going to remove his result or something. I don't remember what was the last penalty for that, but it will at least get times added to the race at the end.
Yeah, about an hour probably, especially around this track. Oscar Pye scything his way through the field here. Martin Statman on a recovery drive now after coming together with Mark Stevens.
He's down
Oscar Pye. He is, yeah. Oscar Pye taking another position there on the run up to the country lanes. Oh, not quite the country lanes. We're a bit ahead. I'm a bit ahead of myself. I can't be wobbly doing an overtake. That just wouldn't be right. And here we are onto the main Nordschleife. And Carlos crawling all over the back of Kaz Brinkhausen's Mercedes there. I don't know how Kaz has managed that paint job, but it looks like his car's already dirty. It looks dusty, doesn't it?
I know it. Yeah, it does.
Pretty cool.
Looks like it hasn't been washed for a while or something.
Yeah. Oh, Martin Statman. His race doesn't get any better at the moment.
That kind of looks suspect. Looks like he got turned there or something.
I think he's on his own.
He sure is.
He may have had damage from first.
Okay, yep.
Bag full of curb.
Whoa! Oh, we did get hit though.
He did. That's going to be lots of damage, I expect. I think he got hit by an Audi. It was a oh no. So we're watching Eilers de Vries. Well, we were. Now we're on with Kaz Brinkhausen and Carlos.
Simon Van Dijk's in there too in that mix.
He is. This is Dennis Earhart in the middle of this mess at the minute. Jeffrey Colbell absolutely flying around that previous corner. He's on the back of Carlos Dieguez now. And he's brought Mark Stevens with him.
Yep.
And this is the kind of thing that we expected from the reverse grid top 10s.
Yep.
Whoa. Carlos having a very intense look down the inside of Dennis.
He was really contemplating there.
I always find it very hard to follow cars down through this section because you're carrying so much speed. If you need to get out of the gas or get on the brake, your history, especially on lap 1 where your tyres are too cold. And this is, it was a BMW. It was Christopher Steinen that took the brunt of hitting Martin Statman's stationary BMW.
BMW on BMW, huh? Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was an Audi the first time. It looked like the Audi's wing.
Doris Blom on the back of Oscar Pie.
Yeah, Oscar Pye's done very well so far. Stepped his way through and up 4 places. That's Carlos Dieguez doing an overtake on the climb. I mean, that's impressive on its own.
Well, he looks a little more, what should I say, he's thinking about what he's doing. I mean, he's not trying to get them all back on the first lap, which is pretty smart, actually.
Yeah, and Mark Stevens getting that very well. Not an overtaking place, really.
Yeah, get out of my way.
And that's Jeremy van der Kratz, I think, getting very annoyed. Was it? No. Who was that with him? Was it? Right, Dennis Earhart. In a very second-hand looking Audi now. Here we go. This is the replay. So Mark with a massive amount of overspeed. He still wouldn't, would you? Oh, and he's on the grass.
Went off the side and lost it and came back left, got into Earhart.
He's reset the car now.
And now we got Carlos on the back of Kaz Brinkhausen.
Yeah, and Oscar on the back of Robin van Brenk, the fastest starter in the world.
Yeah, there's caught up with him already, huh?
Jan van Gorp on the chat says, now that was a dive bomb. It was two things. It was a dive bomb of sorts. I think he had the speed and he could have maintained the position, but the tyres on the grass, that was just it for him. He was never going to recover that. And that's...
Roaring Chicken Nuggets.
Yeah, Robin de Becker.
Oscar Pie's almost in the boot of that McLaren. Jeez.
And everybody's queuing up behind Robin. He gets out of the way for Oscar, because he's now getting mobbed, of course. Next up is Kaz Brinkhausen, but with Carlos round his tail, he's going to want to close the deal here quite quickly, Bill.
I would say so, but I don't think Carlos is going to make any crazy move here with his 3 in a row here at the moment.
And to be honest,
here we go.
Yeah, I think Kaz is going to lose out here massively. He was already alongside with no toe, so Carlos has got a massive amount of overspeed now. And he's threading the needle through the centre.
He's got both of them, actually.
You can regain a position on this straight. It's that long.
Yeah, you can.
Down the Dottingerhoe.
Look at how Van Brink is sneaking back in there.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about Kaz being the loser there. He was alongside before he had any toe benefit, and then Carlos gave the toe to Robin after he'd passed him.
Yep, now he's got Oscar Pie in front of him, and he'll be back in first place again.
Yeah, Oscar's no slouch, but I think Carlos...
Absolutely not.
In a league of his own, I think. It'll take a mistake, without a doubt, for something significant to get Carlos away from first place. And he's on him already, Bill.
Yep, he is.
Oop. Oh, right. So that was Robin getting out of the way of some other drivers. Or Kaz Brinkhausen in particular. Yeah. I thought he'd lost control of the car, and then I realised what he was doing.
There you go, he's taking a look on the inside. He set that one up.
Yeah, that was very professional, wasn't
Nicely done, yep. Robin Van Brink realizes that he probably let Kaz go a little bit early because he's on him again.
Yeah, he's possibly thinking, well, I'll get lots of camera time now if I stay here. Oh, nearly lost it there.
Oh. That's too bad. That made him fall way back now. Too bad. And sadly, Kaz Brinkhausen's kind of lost the two guys up in front right now, too.
Yeah, I think that was formed up on the long straight where he lost. Oh, dear.
Wobbly's wobbled into the guardrail.
He really has.
Oops. Wasn't expecting that, sorry. We just on a thing.
And look at the lead that Carlos has got already. 1.1 seconds.
Wow. I guess if you got any chance against him, you got to keep him behind you, huh? I guess.
I think so, yeah. I mean, even being in his toe, he's clearly clearly understands the dynamics of the car so well that he can put it through the turns and reduce your benefit in the toe with being in the toe massively.
Yep.
Evening to do Richard Allsop on the chat. You've missed an enormous amount of action. We're already a quarter of the way through the race in terms of time. And we're only on lap 2, so welcome to Green Hell, where each lap lasts forever. Well, if you can make it round.
Well, it really lasts forever if you can't, because
Yeah.
you're never ending it, so, you know.
But they only put graffiti on railroad cars. We got it on a racetrack here. Unreal.
Yeah. It's a real tradition to do that at Nordschleife, but I don't know what it's all about. Somebody will know, and they can help me out on the chat, no doubt. Do you know anything about that, Sam? The graffiti on the road?
Well, there's probably people going on the road and putting them on, you know.
I get that bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Why is the reason
well,
that I was asking for?
because people like to, you know, put their marks everywhere and, you know, have something to show on camera. I mean, I don't know the exact reason, but yeah, that's probably it, you know.
Fair enough.
I don't have the scientific explanation for it, so I'm gonna do with that. Probably have
Cool.
to ask the chat to see if someone knows more about Nurburgring. It's a shame we don't have Markel or Stefan or someone from the VKS guys, so they probably know more about it.
Yeah. Well, that was very
They've
enlightening.
probably been out with a pot of emulsion, haven't they, drawing the stuff on the road?
That was very enlightening from Sam. I really learned a lot on that one.
Yeah. Marco Nemela says it's tradition to support their favourite drivers. That's very wide there from Simon. He's set himself up for his teammate there, Alistair Vries.
You let him go too.
And he's let him go, yeah.
You normally don't put the brakes on where you just put his brakes on. So.
Just to... Oh, and apparently there's memorials on there where people have died as well. Oh.
Whoa! And after being a nice guy, he crashes.
Yeah, that often happens.
It does.
Because you're offline then and you...
Takes you out of your rhythm.
Yep, that's what I was looking for. Cheers, Bill. Yep. Long slide. Does he hit anything? Hopefully not.
He just kissed the Armco.
Yeah.
That's a tradition too, kissing the Armco.
Yeah, just to answer, well, not answer Callum's comment, but like develop on it. He says so many cars out on just the second lap. Of what you see on the screen, the bottom 5 didn't start this second heat because it's heat racing. Those that quit out at the end of the first race still show on the timing screen. So don't believe that. I think there's 3 out at the moment, with Jeremy van der Kratz being the last running car in this one.
And we lost Dennis Earhart, and who was the other one we lost? I forgot.
Well, Mark Stevens and Christopher Stein, and so actually it's 3. Yes, you're right, Bill.
Whoa!
No, that's right. It's 3.
Oscar 5 probably got a slowdown on that one because he decided to take a cross-country tour there.
It's also damaged the front of his car. I don't know whether he's got some more serious damage actually as well. He's slowing right up. I think his car is undrivable.
That was quite
I think you may see Oscar in the pits shortly. And that's Joris Blom.
Putting the move on Jeffrey Calmel.
Yep.
2 Audis there.
Yeah, not in the same class though. Joris is a pro driver, and Jelle Stamborg is the lead AM driver.
That's right. Well, that wasn't Jeffrey Calm. That was Stromberg. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you said that. Yeah. And then Robin van Brenk, the fastest starter in the world, is the car behind them. Oh no, sorry, yeah, you're right. Jeffrey Colmill was the one overtaking.
Okay, yeah.
And this was the overtake where it was done. On the Dottinger. And then
trying to get him back. Look at that.
Yeah, you can do it as long as the initial overtake's done far enough back down the road.
Yeah. Back out onto the country circuit.
I think Joris has got the pace to stick with him, and he might be able to return the favour later in the lap.
Yeah, Joris in previous races has shown pretty good pace, so he's no slouch. He could get him for sure.
For information, Carlos Dieguez has now got himself a nearly 10-second lead over Kaz Brinkhausen. Oscar Pye did not go to the pits like I expected him to. He's carried on round. It'll be interesting to see what his lap times or his general speed does now, because him going over that curve, I think, has done some serious damage. It'd be good to go on board with him and make sure, see if his steering is 100% true, Sam, if we can do. So that looks okay to me.
Yeah, looks pretty straight.
He looked like a very wounded deer after the event, so maybe he was just making sure that everything still worked correctly.
Maybe he had self-sealing fenders or something, I don't know. Wow.
Yeah, I think that was more a slowdown, you know, Pete.
Right, yeah, you did say that at the time, yeah. Robin de Becker. What's Robin done? He's got a wobble on.
He decided to spin.
Oh, and then
collected
Simon. Yeah, not a lot he could have done with that. He'd already lost control of it. And there's nothing Simon's going to be able to do. The track's not wide enough to do an avoid here, really, when the car's sideways on the track. He's tried to go round.
He tried the best he could. Looks like he folded up the fender a little bit there.
I think he's snapped the front axle or something. Yeah. So, Nordschleife claims another couple of cars there. Oh, and then Oscar's gone. I did wonder whether he had some sort of damage. Oh, he's going to have to be very careful here. And he is trying to be careful. There's a bit of a balance in not wanting to give up the entire field, isn't it, Bill?
Yeah, for sure. Nothing more distressing than to be sitting on the side and see 50 cars go by you that you just passed.
Especially seeing as well, less than a full lap ago, he was in second place.
Yep,
He's now
exactly.
back in ninth. Joran Vatler promoted now to 7th. He's up a number of places, 8 places in this particular race. Highest positioned Lamborghini.
Which is probably a good thing that we haven't seen too much of him today. He's been very quiet, moving up places. That's a good thing.
Yeah, solid performance. He could have done better with not getting collected in other people's crashes earlier in the season. I know he's been a victim of others' circumstances because he's clearly got the pace.
Yep. As you know, Pete, it's plenty of times being in the wrong place at the wrong times.
Oh dear.
He just got a side-to-side with whoever that was.
Well, I think he got surprised by the fact that he was alongside that other car and not on a bit of track he was used to being on, and then it destabilised it and he's gone round. I don't think there was any contact, but I might be wrong.
It was one of your favorite places, the carousel there.
Yeah. So he's gone in here. The car in front rolls wide at the exit, which is where he wants to be, and then over
Oh, no,
rotate.
he didn't. You're right. He didn't hit him. You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe a slight graze, but it certainly didn't get him offline.
No, I don't think so. And yeah, that's going to have done quite a substantial amount of damage, actually. That wasn't a light hit, was it?
No.
And this is one of those tracks. There's a few tracks like this. You think your car's okay once you've had a hit. You give it a wiggle. You think that the steering's fine, everything feels right, and then later on the same lap, the car snaps on you randomly in a way that it's not done before because you actually had damage that you didn't realise you had. So I fear for Joran.
Yeah, it feels like you've gone from a mighty steed to a three-legged horse.
Yes. Yeah. You got some good air going off that hill.
Christopher Steinen has subscribed. Thank you, Chris. Got Kevin Unk on the screen. What did he do? Uh-oh. Did Kevin Unk? Oh, no.
Yeah, he's already had damage because he's had a bit of a coming together before. He's over-rotating.
Yep. That wasn't a horrible hit. This one will not be. Oh, now we got a Silverstone wing.
Yeah, we do.
I'll spit it out. Just a minute. Silverstone wing. Yeah, there we
go. Sadly, he's hit the same side of the car again, and I think that car is crabbing.
Looks like it a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. So he's over-rotated. This is Robin. He's fired it out of the second carousel. That's where I crash normally. One of the many places. Yeah. Oh, that's him. So that's Robin crabbing. Right, different car.
I'm gonna be a naughty boy, but he's paying for the early start.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, good point, yeah.
It's not being naughty. We try to be honest and truthful on this broadcast.
And Joran's listened to me and boxed his car for repairs.
And Robin Van Brink went in also.
Well, they're halfway through the race, and they are limited on fuel, so there's one pit stop.
Ah, right.
You always forget about that, right?
Yeah, I do. Every time.
Yeah, I know.
I'll get it in the next race. No, wait. Hang on a minute.
Good point. Probably.
Oh, dear. What was that? That was weird.
Wow.
We're going to have to watch that again.
Oh, my
goodness.
That's
That's something that happens quite often with DOD. And
is that over-rotating?
yeah, if you don't have enough downforce on that specific corner, you take it a bit too wide, which he did. A bit of wiggle from the back.
Whoa.
And
oh, boy. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's common mistake.
Right.
I had that quite a lot when trying DOD around the North Flank.
Right, okay.
Nice little pattern in the sand trap, though.
Yeah, it was lovely. Points for artistic impression. 3 days ahead is this man. We got to give him an obligatory mention every so
Who's
often.
he? Oh, Carlos. That's right.
Yeah, he is in this race. 15, nearly 16 second. Oh dear,
Whoa.
Kevin's gone again. And we've said this many times, haven't we, Bill? That one accident precipitates the next accident very, very quickly.
Isn't that the truth?
Over rotating and round he goes. Oh, he's facing a horrible way as well.
Look at the smoke. God.
Not done his teammate any favours
Yeah,
there.
the twin sister went by too.
Yeah. Oh, he's parking it.
He's done.
Is he? Or is he just trying to find a gear?
I don't know. It looks like he's had enough fun to me.
No, he's away again.
Oh, is he? Okay.
And that's Robin van Brenk, who pitted clearly for fuel, not for the damage on his car. Oh, and he's gone again.
Holy mackerel.
So, back further forward. This is 7th and 6th overall. Alistair Reese, which is the Mercedes in front here, is the most forward-moving car so far. 10 places up, now 9, because he's just had a move put on him by Oscar Pye.
And Alice DeVries is second place in the AM series.
And Callum Mooney, this is a while ago, I think he's answered what I said, but he says, to be honest, I've seen this track claim that many drivers in the first lap before. It's easily done. It is. It is a challenging lap, this, isn't it? Even one of them.
Well, another thing, when you say a lap here, I mean, you have to realize it's like 14 miles or something. I mean, it's not short, you know?
No, it's not.
It's like, for example, 7 laps of Road Atlanta, or maybe 8 laps of Donington. I mean, it's, you know, it's quite a few laps when you think about it.
Yeah, and I've never seen formation off-tracking before. Oh no!
Wow!
Martin Statman. Oh, that is an unhappy looking BM. Oh, wow. It's got damage everywhere. There isn't a straight bit on that car. It already had a bent up rear end.
Oh!
And he's
smashed
up the front of it now as well. And again, a car with damage who hasn't got it repaired. And another Robin van Brenk again.
Listen to Sam.
I wouldn't adjust your sets, folks. This is actually happening. We are seeing this many crashes. What's he done here? Carrying a whole lot of speed through there.
Ah, you got that.
Oh, right.
Really
He was in
I
thought he was on a different bit of the track. Oh dear, he just didn't
went
turn.
Right off. Yep, it just went right off.
Yeah, I think he done the car for good this time. I don't think it was looking at the car.
I don't know.
Oh,
the
what?
route.
That's live.
What?
That's live. Okay, that's the end now.
Okay, that's the end. Right. Okay.
That's what
I was going to say he could carry on because he hasn't crashed into the roof yet, which is the only straight panel on the car.
Now let me ask you, did that look like I don't give a damn entry just then?
Yeah, that's a rage quit, I would say.
Yeah. Yep. Marco Namela says lack of practice. Understatement of the year, Marco. This is a very important battle. This is the battle for 3rd place. Jeffrey Cornwall just in front, being chased by Joris Blom. They've been together for a while now. This is probably the biggest gap we've had for a while between these two. And it is your closest battle on track. With the exception of Kevin Hook and Jeremy van der Kratz. Further back, they were doing formation off-tracking earlier, which is a pastime I think that you could get on with everywhere apart from possibly Bathurst because of the concrete walls, and definitely not at. Oh dear, forgotten the name of it completely now. Never mind. Long Island, which is what I was looking for. Never mind.
Long Island?
What's the new one that they brought in?
Yeah,
Belle
Long Beach
Oh,
or
Long
Belle
Beach,
but
sorry.
Long Island,
Yeah.
it's not. It's got a racetrack on iRacing.
Yeah, I just spoonerized two tracks together. Never mind. Anybody who's watched BSTV before knows I'm utterly bonkers, so.
Not allowed to work here if you're sensible. Come on.
This is true, yeah. It's a prerequisite that you need to be slightly unhinged. Now, I'm thinking that Joris will get himself a huge amount of slipstream here. This is what I've been waiting for the last 7 minutes.
He looks like he's getting closer.
Yeah. Carlos Diego's just set the fastest lap of the race. An 8:10.76. So he's still doing quali laps. And he's done his scheduled stop.
He could stay there for a week and he'd still be in the lead.
Yeah, the chances are that all these cars are going to have to pit around about now.
I would say so, yeah.
Kaz Brinkhausen has just entered pit road as well, as have both of these guys.
Yep, Blom and Kammel are in.
Behind them, that's Yella Stamborg. Yep, the whole lot are coming in now, as expected.
Got a virtual parade coming in.
All with various bits of damage attached to their cars. Although Yella looks like he's managed to get round without damaging anything.
Yeah. And Carlos Diegos is off again. There he goes.
So we are 34 minutes into this 45-minute race. So probably 2 laps left or 3 laps left. Sam, I can never work this out.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be 2 because the race is limited to 6 laps.
Oh, of course. So it doesn't matter either way.
Battle going on?
It really is.
Yeah,
This is the one we left, and it's in reverse.
Yep.
So at some point, Joris, in the pit stop cycle, has overtaken Jeffrey.
Jeffrey doesn't like it, it appears.
No, he's definitely wanting it back.
Let's see what happened here. They left this thing. Oh no, this is
Yeah,
them
he
coming.
this
just
is
went
the
in
entry.
first and pit stop shorter. That's it.
Yeah.
Side by
And they're
each.
side by side, so this is why I went back live.
Yep. Good call.
Better to see live action. We spent too much time in replays already, so.
I know, yeah. So, to answer Shu Pappy on the chat, who is the champion after this race? It will be, as long as everything stays the way it is, Carlos Dieguez will be champion. He already started with a 20-point lead. He's going to extend that as Martin Statman, his closest rival, finished 4th in the first race. He's currently 9th in this race, and that's nowhere near, not nearly going to be enough to take that top spot away. Sorry, Bill.
That's okay. I was just going to add that Martin Statman's had a rough day. Really has.
I think his car's had it worse than he has.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, actually. well put, Pete. That's
Yeah.
Well,
So-
George Blum and Jeffrey Colmel have kept each other company through both of these races. You know that?
Yeah, and Joris is dropping Jeffrey, at least for the moment.
Is.
He's got a 1.1 second lead, which means the slipstream will still be taking effect.
You're right, though. He has pulled away from him.
Sam's right. Those Audis do look slightly out of control, all of them, as they go around that very fast left-hander into the horseshoe. It is a popular car, though. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them in the field of 23 that started this evening's races.
Sam is right. They look a little squiggly at times.
Yeah, it looks like they want to over-rotate constantly, doesn't it?
Yeah. You can see a little correction once in a while, you know?
I mean, there's a lot of people like driving cars that are like that, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Doing that constant corrections to correct under and oversteer and realign the car and stuff. And a lot of them do it with the gas pedal as well. P3 in the championship, to again answer Shoe Pappy, is Niels Langeveld, who has not had the best night at all. He's not finished either race, so he quit out the first one and did not return for the second one. He might get overhauled by Kevin Oonk. I think Robin van Brink is probably going to get a penalty thrown his way for the start of this race. And Caleb Lavender behind him also hasn't had a great night, doing the same thing as Niels. So he may end up netting third place at the end of everything. I do think we need to go and check on Wobbly, Sam, just to make sure it is actually him that's still on the track. It says he's still running, and I'm not sure I believe it too much.
Yeah, he shows being out there. Oh, there he is.
That was brilliant. And that's enough. Yeah. I saw Oscar closing in on the back of Yella a few moments ago. Hopefully this can be done without any tears, because
that was a nice pass. Wow.
It was. I think Yella was compliant with all of that.
Yeah, probably.
He's done 2 clean races, I think. I don't remember him having any incidents in the first race.
Let's not give him the announcer's curse.
Oh, whoa! That's wide. That's wide.
Whoa!
He was on the rumble strip bit at the side of the track.
Looked like he was going to get grass that time.
It really did, yeah.
You can use a lot there. You get a 1x, but there's, in fact, it's not AstroTurf, but it's kind of hard. It's not really grass, so you can go push pretty far on the left.
Yeah.
You just get a 1x, that's it.
Yeah, there's some places on this track on the edge you look and it looks like patio brick or something next to it rather than.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but that's what it kind of looks like. See right beyond that rumble strip? Look at that stuff. It almost looks like bricks or something.
Yeah, it's in little tiny squares.
Yep.
It's probably grippier than the tarmac.
Maybe.
So, this should be where Jeffrey gets a toe on Yoris. And the car behind, Oscar Pie, is only 2 seconds behind them, so he'll get... Oh, no. That's an unhappy looking wobbly. And made more unhappy now. Oh, that's nice.
And a slow-mo, wow. And smoke.
And a reset.
And a toe.
And, yeah, I was right. Jeffrey's caught him.
Look at that.
But he's not managed to pass him. They've extended their lead over Oscar by a little bit because, obviously,
he's
Jeffrey being the bubble in the spirit level there. So Yoris has done a good job to fend that off.
Yes, he did. Been a good battle all day between these two guys, really. Oh, are we on lap 6? Wow.
We are. This will be the last lap. The race is limited to 6 laps.
Hopefully the rest of these guys finish. We'll have 10 finishers out of the whole... Oh. Whoa!
Yep.
That was way out there.
It was. He's looking for any kind of advantage he can get now, I think. I mean, if you can do it on the GP circuit, you would, wouldn't you? It's the safest place, really.
Heck yeah.
There's no walls, there's no trees. You've got your fans to adore you in the stands. Whoa!
Right. Whoops.
That was Yoris getting it very wrong onto the Nordschleife.
Final lap of Green Hill. And Sam will be sad. It's almost over.
Yeah, and Jeffrey's line into that particular sequence of corners was all wrong.
It certainly was. I'm a terrible driver, but I know those were wrong.
So now he should get himself a bag full of slipstream again. Just for information, Carlos Dieguez is now 29 seconds ahead of Kaz Brinkhausen, who is in turn 13 seconds nearly ahead of these two.
Oh my god.
And ever so slowly, Oscar Pie is chipping away at these two.
Yeah, it appears to be getting closer, doesn't he, Pete?
Yeah, definitely. He's taken 3/10 out of them in the first portion of this lap, this final lap. He may be onto them if he can maintain that by the time we get to the 3/4 mark.
He needs to do it now because this lap's his last.
Yep, here's Carlos making his way down towards the little ski resort place at the bottom of the hill.
Riding through Germany. La, la, la.
Almost looks like he's not trying.
Yeah, he looked a little slow there, didn't he?
He's off the gas a lot.
Oh, he is just kind of cruising. Guess he's going to just enjoy this lap.
Either that or he's low on fuel.
He
Can
could
you
be.
imagine?
He could
Can
be.
you imagine? He's cruising up the hill.
Wow. Is that engine running?
So we need an expert, Sam. What's going on here?
Doesn't look good, because I mean, I don't know, but he already lost almost 10 seconds. We'll see, but he's out of gas a lot. So
Wow.
This isn't very far into the lap, is it? We're not quite halfway through the lap yet.
He's got a long ways to go yet.
well,
Wow.
he's just after halfway through. I'm gonna put the map on, and there's a long
Oh my goodness!
way
Oh
to go.
wow! Oh my! He's going uphill now too, which is even worse.
Yeah. Kaz Brinkhausen has reduced the gap already to 15 seconds and it's closing fast.
Closing fast, yeah. Wow.
Sadly for Carlos, if he is low on fuel, he's got all the twisty bits still to come.
Oh my goodness! I think he's. Oh, look at that! Should have talked to Mike Tallien at first.
His last lap was 30 seconds longer than his previous lap, but that'll be because of the pit stop on it.
I would think so. Wow.
Look at these two. Handbags at dawn for these two. If these two fight too much, oh, hang on a minute. Where did Oscar Pie go? There
He's right
he is.
there. Uh-oh. He crunched the front of his car, didn't he?
He's destroyed it.
There goes his hopes of catching these guys. That's done.
Yeah, I mean, he must have been pushing very hard.
Yeah, of course. Of course he was.
Hard to look away from this battle at the minute.
Yeah, they're really at it.
Carlos Diego's lead is down to 5 seconds.
I just heard revving engine. Who was that? Do you have any idea? Jeez.
Not sure.
Oh!
What was that?
Is that what they're doing? Oh, okay. Is that our leader on the map there, Sam?
yes,
He is
it is
barely-
just to check if he stopped or not.
He is barely moving.
He's about to get overhauled by this man, Kaz Brinkhausen.
Wow, look at this. Oh my goodness.
Although it does look like he started racing again.
Oh, I think he's low on gas. Look at he's wobbling back and forth. Or is he breaking up the toe? I wonder.
I don't know, it looks like he's... No, he's fine now. He's got his foot fully in, I think. Has he?
I don't know. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he's fine now.
Carlos, you're making Kaz feel bad. He was just on the, oh, I got him now, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, look at this. Look at
Is he,
this.
out? He can't be out of gas. No, he's not. Kaz is braking for him.
Wow. That was a nice battle all the way along. Those two guys fought really hard. Well done.
Yeah, very balanced, very equal.
Yep.
Oh dear.
Oh, jeez. Holy crap.
That might be the revving that you heard, Bill.
It could be, yeah.
I think we're being silly in the CDA camp now. Yes, the silliness has kicked in, folks. So, no, they are still circulating. Then are they going for the most wrecked car look of Nurburgring?
Well, they certainly want it hands down right at the moment. I don't think anybody else is out there. Jeremy Van de Krat's got this one in the bag, though. Boy, his car is really, his is really hurt. I'll tell you. Oh, baby.
I don't think there's a straight panel left on it.
I don't either. The roof looks still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, if you could get him on his lid, that'd be good.
Yeah, turtle that sucker.
Yeah. Oh, he's trying.
Jeez.
I think turning right's a bit of an issue. Oh no, apparently not.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, he's trying. Yeah, a little bit more and he'll be on his roof.
We almost high-sided him, almost got him stuck there.
Just to answer Richard on the chat, we'll broadcast anything. Demolition derbies doesn't really matter to us. We're easy.
In fact, Pete, I'm not gonna broadcast that. I mean, that's very silly, and it does not show a good thing from the league and everything. So we're just gonna wait silently for them to cross the line, and then we will bring the result because I can't till they finish the race. So
yeah, you can't advance the session, so we'll have to wait for either 9.5 minutes or Jeremy and Kevin to sort themselves out.
And in the booth waiting, we have Carlo Diegas, the winner of the race, and Simon Van Dyke, the organizer of Next Level Racing.
Okay. Yep, I'll bring in Simon first, and we'll leave Carlos for a moment. When I find out where the live booth is on the screen. There we go. Good evening, Simon Van Dyke. How are you doing?
Hi. Yeah, I'm good. Bit of an eventful race, but yeah.
Bit of an eventful pair of races, and understatement of the year. We've still got a couple of the DSCDA boys doing donuts or wrecking each other. I'm not sure what. So we've not got to the final order yet, but I think it's safe to say that Carlos has run away with it this time, and run away with the league overall, because he was already on the top of the pile when we started this. How do you feel your series has gone this time? Are you happy with the progress it's made?
Yeah, of course. The last event, I hope for more people, but yeah, of course, maybe with the Noordschleife we could have expected this, because yeah, it's a difficult track. So I see that a lot of people didn't come, but yeah. I think that's what happens more when you have like the last race. I had like 24 cars on the grid, so yeah. Of course, always you think that there are too much crashes in the race, but yeah, I think that happens, and for overall, I'm happy. So if everybody had fun, and that's the most important thing for me. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we all turn up for the fun of racing. And Noordschleife is notorious for taking cars out. It is a difficult one. We're just watching a replay of Robin van Brink doing the fastest getaway ever. I suspect a massive time penalty or something coming his way, but I'm sure that'll get sorted out in the points calculations later on. Yep. In terms of your own race, a couple of incidents. Someone threw their BMW in front of you, if what I remember is true, and you didn't really have anywhere to go, and ended up collecting them, and I think it probably snapped your front shocks or something like that.
Yeah.
But did you have fun with the race that you did manage to do?
Oh yeah, of course the Ford. I can honestly say it really sucks on the Noordslijven. It's I did the 24-hour race. I do a lot of VLN races as well here, but always with the BMW. But of course for this championship, I chose the Ford. I had a lot of fun with the car, but yeah, for this track it was not really the best choice. So yeah, I think I hit the barriers by myself like twice because I was pushing too much. So yeah, that stuff happens.
Yeah,
And
easily done.
yep, and yeah, the last crash when one of the other guys spun out in front of me. Yeah, like you said, I didn't have anywhere to go. I could choose the car or the barrier. So yeah, I was like, yeah, fuck it.
So this is your opportunity. Any messages you want to give out to the Next Level E-Series fans or anybody else that's watching?
Yeah, well, especially for all the people that participated in the races from the beginning until the end. Of course, everyone. At the beginning we had like 55 people, and yeah, at the end, of course, a little bit less, but yeah, that's what happens. So yeah, I want to thank them all for joining and participating in the races. Of course, you guys that you did the stream. Always fun to watch in the replay. So yeah, that's what I always do after the race. So you guys, thanks as well, and of course my guys that helped organizing everything. So yeah.
Excellent stuff. You got any comments for Simon, Bill?
No, I don't. I think he's absolutely right, though. You know, the last race is, especially when things are almost done and dusted, and especially a place like Noordslijven, I would imagine you'd expect less cars than usual. But all in all, I think you have a pretty good series going, Simon. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We did our best. So.
In that case, thank you very much, Simon Van Dijk.
Bye-bye.
Cool. Right then. As long as he manages to take his, well, have we managed to take over yet, Sam? Yep. So we shall go through the finishing order of the last race of this Next Level E-Series series.
Oh, okay.
Go on.
In first place was Carlos Diegers by 1.5 miles. Second was Kaz Brinkhausen. Third was Georges Blom. Fourth, Jeffrey Colmel. Fifth, Alice De Vries. Sixth, Jerome Vetley. Seventh, Jel Stomberg. Eighth, Oscar Pye. Ninth, Jeremy Van de Kratz. 10th, Kevin Unk. 11th, I don't believe, from there on, none of these guys finished. Martin Statman, Wobbly Niekamp, Robin Van Brink, Simon Van Dijk, Robin De Becker, Dennis Earhart, Mark Stevens, and Chris Verstainen.
Yeah, everybody beyond that didn't even start. So that is the end of this series. We will bring in Carlos Diegers now, who is our race winner of both races tonight. Hopefully he'll take his microphone off mute. He has done. So good evening, Carlos. How are you doing?
Hey guys. I'm doing well. You?
All good, thank you. You had us all guessing in that last race as to whether you were A, running out of fuel, B, sandbagging or already celebrating, or C, waiting for Kaz to catch you up. It seemed like you were waiting for Kaz as soon as you had your foot fully in for the Dottinger. Some great racing tonight. Honestly, the professionalism of your overtakes is something to behold. Lots of other people had lots of other problems, as is usually the case around the Nordschleife. Tell us about your race.
The first race, I don't think that there's much to talk about it, because I started P1 and got to the end without much trouble. The second race, it was just a matter of waiting, not pushing the other guys, because I knew I was 4 seconds almost faster than most of the cars in front of me, and I have learned in this series to take it a little bit gentler on the brakes. So I think it's fairer for everyone to just wait, a little bit, and it will come. So I waited my turn without pushing too much the error of the other driver, because if I push the error of a driver with less hours than me on this, I don't know what will happen, if he will lose the car or if he will do something strange. So I will give him a fair chance. Well, and it came. I got on the end of the first lap. I think I was already P1. Actually, it was on the after the S's of Schumacher on the second lap. I think I got the P1, and after that, it was just a matter of managing time. And yeah, I waited for Cass to cross the line together, because I think he puts a lot of work into this race. So I waited for him, so he crossed the line and finished the championship together. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a very nice touch at the end of the race there, and at the end of the series. Obviously, you've claimed victory not just in these 2 races tonight, but in the championship overall.
Right.
But I'm more keen to understand your change of paint livery. The pink is very eye-catching. It has to be said. Is there a motivation behind that?
Yeah, as it says on the skin, it's my new team, Arnage. I was without the team, and now I represent Arnage competition, and we are pink. So
Yeah.
it's better to get used to it, because we are pink.
Hey, yeah. No, I thought it was worth you having a call out to your team. So yeah, patience is something that a lot of drivers could do with accommodating, and I think you've been a shining example of how that patience can be rewarding. Obviously, with that comes the skill of being able to overtake people at leisure. A great season and a fantastic victory. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to other than your new team?
To Ricardo Ferreira. He's my teammate from years ago, and he's still now. So big shout out to you. To you guys once again, and yeah, that's it. I think it's all.
In that case, fantastic racing all season, and tonight you've been the class of the field. So congratulations, Carlos Jägers.
Well done, Carlos.
Thank you, guys. See you in the next one.
Cool. Also, in the interview room is Eilas de Vries. Eilas is one of the other organisers of this series, and it seems only fair to bring him in for a chat. Good evening, Eilas.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys doing?
All good, thank you. You did a bit better in the second race than you did in the first, as I understand it.
Yeah, a bit better.
Understatement of the year.
I kind of ruined the first one on my own by hitting a curb a little bit too hard.
Yeah, the curbs around here are pure evil, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess I should have learned from it from yesterday, because I did the VLN 4 hours on my own just as a practice for this.
Right.
And yeah, sort of. And then did the exact same thing in the exact same corner. So yeah.
Oh, that's so painful when that happens. Yeah.
You didn't want to believe it, huh, Eilas?
No, not really.
Yeah, thought he'd check just in case. Other people had some quite challenging nights, it has to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Some didn't even return for the second race.
No, it's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. And Carlos kind of ran away with the entire thing. He took the silverware, he took the champagne.
I needed one more good lap, and then I would have caught Carlos. So,
there you go. That's right.
Oh dear. But the series has done very well this time round. Are you proud of what it's achieved so far?
I am. Yeah. If you see like the driver lineup we had when we were complete, it was amazing with a couple of real life drivers, some very talented and good and fast sim drivers as well. Of course, in every league you see a little drop back in people that attend the races, but I think we did very well, and maybe this track for the last race is very scary for a lot of people, and they just say, well, I can't drive it, so I'm just moving chicane, so I'll just back out. So yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people will have that opinion of it. It is very difficult. It's a massive challenge just to remember where the turns are. I tried doing an onboard in the quali session earlier on, and pretty much remembered it all apart from one corner. But if I'd been on track at that point, I would have written my car off. So it's the same for everybody. No, a great series. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to or to thank? This is your moment to get all those mentions done.
Well, I think you guys deserve one most. I mean, you've been here all the time. You also do our endurance series with all the commentary and the streaming. You do an amazing job. And I think that you just gave that little extra, oomph to the series to make it a real special event every time again. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. Oomph is our middle word, isn't it, Bill?
Man, we got oomph. That's great. Okay.
I'll settle with
thank
oomph.
Thank you very much, Alice. We appreciate it. Really.
Yeah, nice one. In that case, Alice, thank you very much, and we'll see you next season.
See you next season. Bye-bye.
Take care.
And with that, we shall draw this series to a close. This was the last one of the series. Carlos has won the series handsomely. The points will be published in due course, I would think, by the organisers. And look out for anything else in the future. I'm about to find out what BSTV are doing in the next few days. I know that on Wednesday we are doing GT4 TCR at Road America. No, Road Atlanta. I always do that,
Well, they kind of sound the same.
They kind of do, but they're nowhere like
anywhere
near one another. So, if I click the right buttons on this thing, at the weekend coming on the 5th, we have V8 ESC, not to be missed. It's Donington Circuit. It's going to be an absolute barnstormer. The field is looking very, very healthy there, and Donington's a favourite of many of the V8 drivers. And then following that on the 6th is our media day for a new series called ITCR. No clues which car is involved in that. It's the Audi TCR. It's 3 short sprint races of 20 minutes. I will be crashing in it, and it's at Lime Rock Park. Then we've got the best part of a week of downtime, because that is iRacing's week 13. So there's no GT4 TCR in that week, and then we come back with a GTCC race at Spa on the 13th. I've thoroughly enjoyed the Next Level E Series GT3 races, and the endurance races are just as good. At this point, I shall bring the broadcast to a close and wish everybody who's taken part, who watches and who's assisted with the broadcasts and been in the booth chatting to us and on the chat on the YouTube channel and the Twitch channel, a massive thank you. We will hope to see you soon again. And it's a good night from me, and I'll pass you over to Bill to carry on the good nights.
Well, I couldn't say it any better, Pete. You covered it thoroughly. I enjoyed it as well, and I enjoyed working with you gentlemen as usual. It's always a lot of fun. And looking forward to the next bout, so we'll see what happens. Take care, everybody, and thanks a lot again.
And that's going to be time for me, and we will hopefully see you on Wednesday for the GT4 TCR and seeing Pete crashing. It's going to be fun.
Thanks.